Once upon a time in the eccentric village of Oddington, two old men, Barnaby and Percival, were engaged in a heated argument that had the entire town in stitches. Their subject of debate, the mythical creature responsible for the disappearance of the dear friend, Bertie. Barnaby, with his bushy white beard and a twinkle in his eye that could only be rivaled by a mischievous gnome, stood firmly in the camp of the giant phoenix theory. He waved his gnarled cane emphatically, shouting, "I tell ya, Percival, it was a giant phoenix. Bertie was sorting marshmallows in the woods, and that majestic firebird swooped down, gobbled him up, and turned him into ashes of pure delight." Percival, his ancient spectacles perched precariously on the tip of his nose, was equally adamant but championing the basilisk theory. He retorted, "Nonsense, Barnaby. Bertie had stumbled upon a basilisk's lair while foraging for mushrooms. The wretched serpent gave him the dreaded petrifying glare, and poof! He was reduced to a stone statue with a silly grin frozen on his face." The villagers gathered around, struggling to contain their laughter. Meanwhile, the mayor of Oddington, a man who sported a monocle and a top hat at all times, scratched his head and wondered if sanity had taken a vacation from the village. As the debate raged on, the town's resident oddball, Madame Zara, emerged from her shack. With wild hair and robes adorned with mystical symbols, mostly doodles from her cat, she declared, "You're both wrong. It was neither a phoenix nor a basilisk. It was a colossal chicken, I say." The crowd erupted into uproarious laughter. Colossal chickens were nothing but the stuff of legends, or so they thought. But Madame Zara wasn't finished. She continued with wild gestures, "Yes, yes, a colossal chicken, the rarest of all poultry. Bertie, in his infinite wisdom, must have offered it breadcrumbs in friendship. But this chicken, you see, it grew and grew, until it was larger than the tallest tree in the forest. And then, with a mighty balk, it gobbled him up, shoes and all." The villagers, doubled over with laughter, couldn't contain themselves any longer. They roared with amusement, tears streaming down their faces. Barnaby and Percival, realizing the absurdity of their argument, joined the laughter too. In the end, they agreed to disagree and toasted Bertie's memory with cups of elderberry wine. And so, in the eccentric village of Oddington, where logic and reason took a back seat to ludicrous tales and zany humor, the legend of Bertie's fate lived on. Whether it was a giant phoenix, a basilisk, or a colossal chicken, it hardly mattered. In Oddington, the only thing larger than the stories were the laughs shared by its delightfully eccentric inhabitants.